Hey everyone, wanted to get my response to the Oscars and how my predictions went. Um, there's going to be a proper post, and if you're watching this on my website, the proper post is up there. Uh, but this isn't really going to be going off of that as like a script or anything. Just wanted to do like a off the cuff response. So I got the website with all the winners here. Let's go through them. So for the actors, I got those all right. I think most of them were pretty much obvious. There wasn't too much discussion there for any of them. Animated feature, I was very uncertain about whether Toy Story 4 would actually win, but it did. Um, the Academy loves Pixar, so. Cinematography, 1917 seemed like a lock. Costume design, I chose Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I don't really know a whole lot about costume design, but I chose it because I like the clothes in there. I like the setting of the 60s. Um, all of them are period pieces, which the Academy always awards period pieces for that. But Little Women in particular is kind of right along the lines that they like to go with. So that's not too surprising. I should have thought about it more. Um, Directing went to Bong Joon-ho. I was very happy I got that one right. I thought for sure they were going to go with Sam Mendes. If you'd asked me just before the Oscar was awarded, I would have said Sam Mendes, but I'm glad that I chose Bong Joon-ho when I did. Documentary American Factory was pretty much a shoe-in. So, uh, best documentary short. The shorts I really don't know that well, so I have no idea which one they were going to choose. I chose In the Absence. They went with Learning to Skateboard in a War Zone. Sure. uh, Film editing. I mentioned that they would maybe give this to Ford v Ferrari because of how many quick cuts there is, and it often seems to go to the movie that has the most cuts. Um, I just thought maybe they'd go with Irishman because it cuts between the different time eras. Uh, Best international feature film. That one was pretty obvious. Parasite. It was nominated for best feature or best picture. I mean, so kind of had to win that one. Makeup and hairstyling. Bombshell was again pretty obvious. What they did there was pretty amazing. It's the same team that did Gary Oldman as Winston Churchill in Darkest Hour. Original score. Joker. Got that one. That one seemed again obvious. I'm Gonna Love Me Again, Rocket Man for original song. That one was another that seemed obvious. And I didn't mention this in my predictions, but it's Elton John. He throws an Oscar wrap up party every year. Everyone at the Academy loves him, so makes sense. Best Picture went to Parasite, and I couldn't be happier about that. The first time ever that a non English speaking film wins the Oscar. That's great. Um, and it was really good. I hadn't seen it until just yesterday, or the day of the Oscars, if this doesn't get uploaded on Monday. But I watched it before the Oscars, and if I had redone my predictions, I might have changed it to have it win more. But yeah, it was really good. Production design, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, yep, that seemed obvious. They recreated Hollywood of the 60s. Um, Best animated short film. I got that one right. Again, that was lucky. I don't really know too much about the shorts. Best live action short film. I got that one wrong. Neighbor's Window. Apparently, a lot of people liked it, so that makes sense. Achievement in sound editing. So the sound ones, I thought maybe Ford v Ferrari could end up taking it just because it's a loud movie, and uh, apparently watching it in theaters, it felt like you were right in the car, so that makes sense. But I was surprised that after it won that one, that it didn't also win sound mixing, because normally the same movie wins both. But it gives me an extra win. Achievement in visual effects. That one ended up going to 1917. That I would say is surprising. Um, it was like doing all the things right, all of the visual effects they did right, and they did them well. It's kind of a perfected formula of visual effects. Whereas Irishman, it didn't necessarily do things that well. There was a lot of times where you could tell it's a like young face on an old man's body, but because it was using new technology, their camera system for allowing them to do that without needing to put trackers all over the actor's face, I thought maybe the Academy would award them for that, but 1917 isn't a bad choice. um, Adapted screenplay. I think I got a little too biased here. I went with for both the screenplay ones. I went with The Irishman because I liked it, and I thought maybe Little Women would end up winning it just because a lot of people really liked it, but I thought the Academy was sick of it. And then they ended up giving it to Jojo Rabbit, which is awesome because I really like Taika Waititi, and it's always great to see him doing well. And then for original screenplay, again, this is where I got too biased. Marriage Story was one of my favorites of the year, but I did mention Parasite could end up winning it, and I maybe would have chosen it had I redone this after having seen it. That's all of them. So hope you got something out of that. I hope the Oscars helped you find out about some new movies. I definitely wouldn't have watched some of these movies if it weren't for the Oscars. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments down below.